In today's world of constant and rapid change and globalization, companies are facing global markets, global clients, and all above international collaborators. This wealth present in different culture is a real asset for companies. Indeed, it brings different opinions, different culture, different ideals, and different point of view that can create beautiful things. Because of this difference in culture, you have to know how to manage and understand each members of a team when you are a manager. It is a fact, according to the countries around the world, life in companies and managerial style are very different. The convictions of some are not those of others. Professional practices can offer differ, and as a manager, you have to be able to understand, to manage it, and especially to benefit from it for the strategy of the company.
Unfortunately, this is not a truth for all managers. One, you have to emphasize on communication. Ensure that all employees understand your policies, your procedures, safety rules, and other important information. Work to overcome language and cultural barriers. Have key materials, such as safety information, consulted when possible. Use pictures and symbols on warning signs so that everybody can understand. 2. View employees as individuals. Avoid both positive and negative stereotypes. Don't make assumptions about employees from different groups. Judge success and failures individually. Respond promptly and firmly when employees express prejudice or stereotypes. Remind them of your policy that prohibit discrimination. Encourage employees to view co-workers as individuals and judge them on their work, not on their personal factors.
Third, encourage employees to work in diverse groups. Assure that work teams reflect the different criteria for different groups. Don't make excuses or allow employees to make excuses for shortcomings. Base all employment action, including discipline, on specific performance-related criteria. Always focus on job-related issues, not personal issues, when dealing with employees. Fifth, be open-minded. Recognize and encourage employees to recognize that one's own experiences, background, and culture are not the only ones with value to the organization. Set example of encouraging diversity by developing relationships with colleagues whose background differ from yours. Look for ways to incorporate diverse perspective and talent into efforts to achieve organizational goals.
I'm an immigrant in this country. I came 25 years ago. The country has moved from a place where I was somebody that stood out to somebody that in a strange way blends in with what is around. I know that that is not something that I
looking at how do we help people in the everyday moments of their life. And so having people around the table when we're designing the product who've had different life experiences, who come from different types of neighborhoods, from different places in the world, really makes a difference in helping us think about how do we help as many people as possible.
One of the first things that Google did to try and decide what it needed to solve in terms of diversity was understanding what did its workforce look like and whether it could actually be more diverse. And we shared that data both with Googlers as well as with the public so that we could be held accountable for the fact that we didn't look like we wanted to. And so many of our efforts now are built around increasing that representation of diversity at Google.
This is hard work. If you look at the problems that we'd like to solve as an industry, they also reflect the problems of our society. And it's so important that we do the work, even when it's tough, and that we're committed to the long-term result.
Having that tone from our senior leaders, which is we want to be able to pull up the greatest talent we have around the organization and make it really clear. We want to see more women in senior leadership positions. We want to see more people from underrepresented groups because it makes us a better company. Really, to me, is the starting point, and it becomes infectious. Once you set that tone, it becomes really clear this is a priority because it makes sense to be a priority.
This is deeply personal for me as a Latina. This is deeply personal for me as a mother of a 7-year-old daughter whose future is bright and clear ahead. And my greatest aspiration
They are not aware of the work done by the others. Each member remains on his position. The conversation is impossible, and the objective of the team are not understood and therefore unreachable. To continue, cohesion is not present in the team. The members do not talk to each other, do not try to know each other. They do not share anything, and the team work is impossible. It is a snowball effect. They are not motivated later to work with the other members. They do not try to give the best of themselves, which is the case when work is done managed team. And the project and the work
and put in place a managerial style adapted to diversity for maximum profit. Moreover, once the previously given advices are implemented and respected, the members of the group will take a real pleasure to work in diversity. The results will be better and encouraging, and the motivation and the energy of the team will be present.
So, to conclude, what we need to do, argued by Wittelsberg, is to reframe the problem actually when it comes to diversity. Difficult to understand why the role of manager is to understand this diversity and make it an asset, a strength, rather than a weakness or a misunderstanding. More personally in our case during this project, we have had the opportunity to work together on this video. The fact is, before the groups were formed, we didn't know each other, none of us. And our team consists of Chinese, Moroccan, 2 French, and Cameroonian. These cultural differences were visible during our project, and we had the chance to discuss them together, compare our habits, traditions, etc. In the context of typical situations such as business organization, family life, enriching and productive for the development of our videos, and this is one of the reasons why we have chosen to work on this particular topic.
To finish, the manager must always keep in mind that the diversity in his team is a level of performance.